friends, welcome back to Riri's Nursery. Happy Sunday. It's Sunday evening. Kids have just had a little snack before dinner. My husband decided he wanted to try his hand at making funnel cake tonight. So we're gonna have a little treat with the kids. You might hear some bangs in the background because people are celebrating already for the new year. But we don't celebrate, so we're not doing that, but we are enjoying the evening as a family. Kids had a charcuterie board. We did that with the kiddos, and now my husband's doing funnel cake. But I wanted to come on today and do a tag. So let's get into it, shall we? Well, friends, welcome back to my nursery. And again, I hope you guys have had a great Sunday. I wanted to come on and just bring in, as we end the year of 2023, with one of my newest bubs that came in December, which is my Tomas. He is the teddy sculpt, and he was done by my dear friend, Miss Tanya at Put A Bonnet on It Nursery. And she is such a sweet person. And again, I'm just loving how she brought him to reborn life for me. And again, one of the favorite pieces from what she did was knitting this beautiful lovey, which is in the image of a baby of him. And I think they're just so sweet together. But I wanted to come on, aside from sharing this beautiful one again, and do a tag. So today, so Tami at Tater Tots Nursery did a 3-question tag, and it was 3 questions for 2023. That's how she had asked it, and we just answered it. And I'm going to put the questions below so that way if you want to do it, I'll tag her nursery and you can go and check her out as well. And so her first question was 3 words to describe this year. Now, when she did this, and I love that she did it in the time that I saw that she did it, I sat with my husband and we were discussing it. We were in bed and I was like, hey, babe, what 3 words would you use to describe this year? And so we sat and talked about it, and we pretty much came up with similar words. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. So it would be 3 apiece. But in the end, 5 came together out of the 2 of us. So the 5 words, because I'm using my husband and myself, was challenging, acceptance, joy, growth, and hopeful. And so I pretty much chose challenging, joy, and growth. And my husband chose challenging, acceptance, and hopeful. And the reason I say challenging, because a lot of things did happen this year. Challenging on a work basis. There was a lot of challenging things going on with work. I had challenging things just in my personal life, with just things that are going on with my family, with my kiddos. And then challenging, there were some health scares that happened this year. So there was a lot of challenges that hit us this year. But my next word of joy, I always choose joy. I look at a situation, and I came upon this many years ago. In 2005, there was a little hurricane named Katrina that hit the South, and it changed my life. And I found myself to be homeless afterwards with my 3 kids. I was single, and I had 3 kids. And so I was homeless at the time. So there was a lot of things I had to endure during that time. And then also from that time, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had got diagnosed with cancer before, but then it reared its ugly head again. And I had to go through some things with that. But during all those hardships, I always said, this time next year will be better. That was my little mantra that I always tell myself. I still to this day. And that's what I do. It's the way I stay positive. And what is that for me, that word is joy. Is that look at a situation. If it's not the way you want, it's just the way you view it. Yes, it can be rough, but it's how do you view it? I look at this half of my life after 2005 as the phoenix. I'm in my phoenix era, because out of those ashes, I rose as a phoenix. I rebuilt my life, and not alone. I had family and friends to help me through that period, but I rebuilt my life, and I could have sat back and just wallowed in the misery of it. But one, I'm not a victim. I will never be a victim. I don't have a victim mentality. No. I believe in pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, and you look for the opportunity. When people say they want to help you, you take that help, but you don't take it as a crutch. You take it as a way of getting to that next level. Now, you can see a crutch too as a positive, because you need a crutch for a little bit, but then you should be fine to get off that crutch. And so I've always had that mentality, and coming from that, being homeless, 2-time cancer, going from that joy, what got me through it, just looking for the positive in the situation, choosing joy. So that's why I chose that word. And then the next one is growth. And so I look at what we've gone through this last year, and also just overall in my life, growth. You grow. I'd like to learn from my mistakes. A tip that I would always give myself, honestly, and anyone else who struggles, especially when it comes to work, I do with my team members. When I would make a mistake at work, I always wrote it down. So if I did something that, if I made a mistake with a calculation or just with the process, I would write down the mistake I made and then what I should have done. So that way I try not to repeat the same mistake twice. It can happen, but you try not to. And I figure, I always feel like if I write it down, it really would be easier to go into my brain. So I write it down. And so I look at when I had these little hiccups over the year, whatever that happened, I try to remember. I try to write it down mentally, or maybe I will put it on a piece of paper, and try not to go back to that same mistake again. And so that's my growth. So that's what I loved. And thank you, Tami, because that created a whole conversation with my husband and myself, and really a true reflection. Because I don't do New Year resolutions, and I don't do all that because people say the same stuff over again. But it is always good to kind of self-reflect. If you've gone through things in your life, it's always good to self-reflect on either where you were, so you can see that growth, or you can say, well, I wanted to be here. Why haven't I gotten there? So it's good to kind of think about that. Now, the second question she asked is your favorite memory of 2023. And I have to say I have two, so there isn't one. My favorite memory came from this summer. We went to see we had a family reunion. And so I was so happy to go and get the grandkids out to see my mom and my siblings and all of us getting together as a family. And it was a great, great trip. And it was so memorable. And I want to say it's actually 3 great memories, because we then had our convention. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. And so we had our regional convention back together. It was a couple of years because of COVID, and we had our regional convention back together. And the theme of it is patience. And so that was something to really, it was a great convention. And so those are 2 great memories from the summer. Then in September, we went to the Kansas Doll Show. And so I got to meet some dear Dolly sisters of mine. It was a great, great time, great memory. And I loved it. It was so changing. It helped me think of my collection differently. It really changed a lot of how I saw how I collect. And so I really enjoyed it. So those are great memories. So great memories. And I just love reliving them. It's like when you think about it, it's like what you learn from it. So that would actually get me into our third question is, what did 2023 teach you? And a lot of that let's go back to how important family is, our extended family, those that really show up for us. So having that reunion was just magical, best way to say it, but it was beautiful. Our convention of patience. When I realized, I know I am a person that needs to learn more patience, but really understanding how patience affects every aspect of our lives, and being a better wife through patience, being a better leader with your team through patience, being a better parent through patience, being a better friend through patience. We want that patience bestowed, for people to bestow for us. We want to be able to bestow that on others. So if we want someone to give us patience, we got to give it back. And there's more to it than just the word patience. Really deep dive and study it. There's so much more to it than just the word patience. Also, the doll show. It taught me a lot about how I am. These last 2, I'm going into my third year of collecting reborns. I always loved dolls since I was a kid. I've always doll enthusiast all my life, but getting into the reborn world, I wanted to do it many years ago, but financially I wasn't in the good spot to do it. And then life happens and all that stuff. But when COVID happened and we were kind of all locked down together, and just, I've been on YouTube for over 10 years. So I've seen reborns, I've seen videos, and I just kind of like, one day I would hope to do it. Well, I had my opportunity. So going into 3 years of collecting, it taught me what kind of reborns I like and what I love, and also how I feel about the hobby itself and what I am. I know that I am a collector of authentic reborns. I know that's where I want to be. That is good for me. And it's what and also how my collection looks, of what I like in my collection. What do I want it to look like? You know, it's fun. That is the fun thing. And I know that I'm not a collector that will have a small collection, because I love variety. Oh, I love variety in life. I love variety in my collection. I just love variety. So I know I'm not going to have a small collection. Maybe one day when I have no choice but to have a small collection, maybe. But right now I love. And when I did the November challenge that my dear sweet sister, shout out to Yarlise, had challenged me to do, I am so excited that I fell in love with my collection again. And it also made me realize those that thought I would want to keep forever, and no. So I don't ever say ever, forever, except with one of my dolls. I have one doll that I truly say is a forever doll. But other than that, out of my whole entire collection, no. Only one doll is a forever doll, for certain. But there are some in the running in my top 5 that I'm like, I am not trying to let go of. But I just know with one, I'm just like, no, that one's not going anywhere. But that's what it's taught me. And so, you know, really patience, perseverance. I've learned perseverance this year more than I thought I would when it came to health issues, things that crept up with family, and just knowing that keep putting one foot in front of the other. Do not quit. Back in 2020, my husband almost lost his life. And I remember during that time that I could have buckled down and just collapsed and quit. But then I realized that's not who I am. I'm not a quitter. And when adversity strikes me, that's the word I want. When adversity strikes me, I fight back. Now, I don't know that I'll ever win, but I fight back. I'm a Star Trek fan, and my spirit humanoid in that series is Klingons. I always say I have a Klingon heart, and it beats hard and strong, and I'm a fierce fighter of those that I care about and those that I love, and for beliefs, I am a strict fighter for those things. And so persevere, that even when things seem like they're bleak, you still don't give up. You don't just give in. And I fight back. I fight back in a respectful way. I fight back in a way that I think is respectful of my God, so I don't do anything that's disrespectful to him, but I fight back. I don't allow myself to just lay down and die. So that's what it taught me. As what I really enjoyed these 3 questions. Tami, thank you for those questions. It just caught me at the right time, and it really started a good conversation with my husband and myself, and it made me feel even more hopeful for 2024, because like I said, times are tough for everybody, and I won't surrender. I won't give up. So I am looking forward to seeing everybody's videos and the things they've got going on this year. I am so excited because, like you said, you guys, you know, I've had issues with my wrists these last couple of months, which have kind of put me down because I can't pick up my dolls. My bigger dolls, I can't carry it. So it's kind of put me down. But again, choose joy and being patient with myself, knowing that I'm seeing a doctor. We'll figure it out. But I'm just excited just to see. I go see the doctor in a couple of weeks, and hoping that, though I will hear from him next week because I have the MRI and all that stuff is done, and just see where we're going to go from there. But you guys, again, thank you for the support you all have put to my channel. Welcome, because I've gotten some new subscribers. I thank you guys for joining my channel. Again, it's just been a pleasure to do these videos. I am not a normal talker unless I have something that jars me and makes me really want to talk. But I'm really excited to see what videos that I can come up with this year, and just continue to just enjoy making these videos with you guys and for you guys, and also for myself, because I enjoy my dolls. Again, that November challenge reinvigorated me. So I am excited for the coming new year, and I hope everyone has a safe weekend. Please stay safe, and I can't wait to talk to you all soon. So happy Sunday, and bye, friends.